Right, back into the studio. We can take the card away now because Chris has said hello. So the show is well and truly underway. So I'm going to hide the card there.
Hello.
Oh,
Okay, I got.
yeah, I got it
Okay, I
through.
can go live on Amazon.
Yeah, yeah. Hello, Chris. Good to see you. And Marco and I would like to say hello to everybody on Amazon Live. And as you can see today, the sun is shining. Is the
Yes.
is the sun shining with you, Marco, today?
Well, it's a little bit gray today, but thankfully it's not raining. For instance, this morning I went to the barber, as you can see,
I noticed that.
and I said, okay, it's not that far from. It's around, I don't know, maybe 1 mile or so, 1.5 miles, and I say I'll go walking.
Yes.
And because yesterday it was raining, and okay, let me take the risk. And by the way, I bought an umbrella today on Amazon. So maybe tomorrow it will show up here. But yes, a nice weather, not cold, a nice autumn day.
It is. It is. We're doing well temperature-wise in the UK. Right. Okay. So hopefully this will work. It has worked. All is good. Yeah. It must be a time for haircuts though, because I had mine done last week, I think. Yeah. Get ready for autumn. It's winter soon. Time
Yes,
is time is flying so fast.
absolutely, absolutely.
If you're watching us on Amazon Live on my page or Marco's page, I'd like to say welcome and thank you for watching. And during the course of the next 90 minutes or so, we're going to be talking about everything live broadcasting. We're going to be talking about cameras, Marco.
Yes, we can. We can talk about cameras.
We're
I
going to be
think it's
talking
a
about microphones.
as well. Yes, about
Are we,
microphones.
are we talking about LED lights?
I guess we can talk about that as well.
So those are just some of the things to actually look forward to in this live broadcast on Amazon Live. Now, the thing is that you can judge the products that are down in our carousel because I can say that I am using a Logitech Brio camera, and Marco, you're using.
I'm using the Canon Rebel T5i, I think, because here in Europe we have a different we have different names in the Canon cameras. Okay, but this is a DSLR camera with a 18 millimeter lens. Okay, it's not the most amazing lens to make live, but I think it does a pretty good job. And yes, it's the camera I'm using. And by the way,
Mhm.
one important thing about this kind of camera, if you're not using a normal webcam like Logitech Brio, which is an amazing webcam, okay, it's one of the best webcams in the market, and it's a Logitech. For me, it's one of the best brands when we talk about computer gear. Like, for instance, I'm using, I think, let me see if I can show you.
Okay.
Yes, I can. This is a Logitech camera, a C920. Okay, you can see the image here. Hello. So,
Hello.
okay,
Yours.
okay, now it's this thing. So here it's a Logitech camera. Here is a Logitech keyboard. Here it's a Logitech speaker. Okay, so as you can see, for me, it's really easy to talk about Logitech. It's a good brand. Okay, but if you have in mind, and I think this could be uh, a normal step that you can take after going live for a while and you want to improve your image, if you want to go to a more professional camera, you should pick a DSLR or a mirrorless. Usually now mirrorless, it's turning the standard about amazing cameras to use. The thing is, besides having the camera, besides having a lens, a good lens, and think about a 16 millimeter lens, so you can make that blurry, the background blurry effect. Okay. Besides that, you may need to buy a power supply, okay, instead of using the battery, which could run dry, out of battery, and then suddenly your image goes because you don't have battery anymore. You should buy a dummy battery, okay, and also you may need to buy a video card, okay, is something like this, which is listed, okay, as well in my carousel. Let me see. There you go. Okay, this is the kind of this is the kind
Okay.
of uh, video capture card I'm using. Okay, I think I have it on my carousel as well. Let me see if I can show you, because this is important. Okay, there you go. And the good thing about these kind of devices is that you can use some camera that you have there at your house and you're not using them anymore, or you don't use them as often. Because I don't know, Stephen, if you don't mind to get back to the screen to make you a question, because I think this happened to lots of people, most of them which are not that young. We at the 90s, at the beginning of the 2000s, we used to buy camcorders, because by
Mhm.
those times we didn't had these so good cell phones with so amazing cameras. So we bought some camcorders, okay. And I don't know about you, but mine was here laying
Mhm. Yeah,
somewhere.
they tend to have dust on them. They're in a corner somewhere.
Yes. And I thought, okay, I have this camera. Maybe this could be a nice way to bring the camera to my setup. This is the camcorder. Okay, I think that I can make some adjustments to give. So hello. And the thing is, I had the camera. Also, I bought this tripod, which is listed in my carousel as well. Okay, it's not an expensive tripod. So I have there the camera. It's good, for instance, when I want to show my setup, look, the lights, how they work, how they look, and
Yeah.
whatever. Okay. And the thing is, with a video capture card, you can use this whole camera to bring more
Yeah.
plans, more perspectives to your broadcast, which could be good. And for instance, if you want to broadcast an event, okay, and you can use this kind of camera as well. So that's something that I want to bring to the
Right.
conversation.
Okay. Now, watching us on Facebook and on Amazon is Chris, and Chris is a good friend of ours. She's in Belgium, in St. Nicholas, and she's saying you're live on Amazon. Thank you. Good, but I can't make a comment there. Error warning. Okay, so Chris is from in Belgium, and she's trying to make a comment on Amazon Live. Chris, could you send me a screen capture, and then we can take a look and have a chat with Amazon and see what can be done? Because I know this
Or
happened the other day as well.
try to refresh, I don't know, the browser, or change to another browser. For instance,
Yeah.
there are times that I'm using a browser, okay, and I start the broadcast and it doesn't show. It
Mm.
shows just the thumbnail and doesn't show, for instance, the chat window or something. I hit refresh a couple of times, and sometimes that doesn't work, and so I move to another browser and it works. So maybe this could help you, hopefully, Chris.
Right. Okay. And we've got comments from Corinda, who's in London, who's saying, "Look who's on camera, Marco. Marco, good to see
Hello,
you."
Carinder. Mr. Houdini, Carinder.
And okay. So, thank you for joining us, Corinda. Thank you for commenting. Now, thank you for watching us live. If you wish, I can use that one, I think, and apply. We're talking away, we're telling our stories, and if you unmute, you can actually hear what we're saying. I mean, we can do the graphics and everything, but it is good if you unmute. The other thing is that you can do. And hello, Ephron's here. Dr. ELO, good morning, friends. And Dr. ELO saying hello to Corinda.
Hello,
Hello. Hello. Oh, hello. Hello. What H? Yeah. Okay. Another thing you can do is you can follow Marco and I simply by clicking on the follow button, which is underneath the video. Nothing happens other than the fact that you'll get notified of our next broadcast. So we don't get your email address. We don't get to know where you are. We don't ask you where you are.
Yeah.
We're very careful. But if you do make a comment, then that adds to the broadcast, and the comments actually drive the broadcast forward. Now, we do know that on Facebook, the more people that comment, the more people see the broadcast. Could that be true on Amazon Live? But I'd like to say thank you to Corinda and to Ephron for actually commenting. Okay, so I'm going to take that off screen. I will bring it back later just to remind people as we go through this live broadcast. Now, down the carousel at the moment, I'll take over the stage. You see, I'm hosting the show today, which means that I can press the buttons. Next week, Marco will host the show and he can press the buttons. Marco talked about his camera a moment ago. I'm going to talk about mine. Mine, I started off, as we all do, using the internal camera on the PC. And that's where we all begin. And Marco agreed on one thing. I agree on many things, one of which is don't buy any kit for live broadcasting until you've decided you enjoy it. We know people who, before going live for the first time, bought the best camera, the best microphone, and then went live and didn't like it. And as we talked about, the camcorders gathering dust, their equipment is now gathering dust, or it's been sold on eBay at a loss. When you go live for the first time, use your internal camera and microphone just to get a feel as to whether you're actually comfortable on camera, whether it agrees with you. Now, we know that not everybody can go live on camera, but most people can. This is not something we're born to do. This is a learned skill. Yeah, you can learn it, and we'll come to a book later in this broadcast which will help you do that. But for the moment, what you're seeing now is me in Wiltshire in England, and I'm using the Logitech Brio camera, which is down the carousel. Now, Logitech Brio camera, this is the top end of towards the top end of the Logitech range. Most people start off with a Logitech C920, which is also in the carousel. Yeah, that's where you start. Logitech is around about $80, I think, from memory. Don't quote me on that. Okay. So you move to the Logitech C920, and the C920 is capable of high resolution broadcasting, 720, 1080. Today, we're actually broadcasting in 720 because we're being Amazon Live friendly and mobile friendly. Okay. If we were to broadcast in 1080p, then the number of pixels transmitted doubles. It goes to 2 million pixels being transmitted. That means that's a heavier load on your internet. It's a heavier load for Amazon Live to process. And in addition to that, anybody watching this broadcast on mobile who's got a data plan is paying twice as much as they need to actually watch us live. So we're being mobile friendly by using the 720 resolution. Now, the Brio camera is capable of 4K, which is if you're actually doing videos. You can't go live at 4K. We cannot go live at 4K at the moment because the internet signal isn't there. We don't have the bandwidth. But you can record in 4K and you can play back in 4K if you get the right platform to do it on. The Logitech Brio, plug and play USB, just plugs into your machine, whether it be a Windows machine or a Mac machine, both. That's it. Your computer will recognize it straight away because it's a common camera. Well, not common. It's a well-known camera, and all the operating systems actually know about it. So start off with your internal camera. Make sure you love live broadcasting. We found out if you enjoy your first live broadcast, then you'll enjoy your second, third, fourth, and so on. And you get to the stage where you're like Marco and I, and you go live several times a week just because you enjoy it. Once you've got to that stage, then invest in the kit. Don't get the kit before you actually go live for the first time. I think we both agree on that, Marco.
Absolutely. I say this all the time because yes, we both of us we love live streaming, but this is not for all. Okay, because for instance, some people they love to write, and it's perfect to love to write. So you don't need to feel guilty because you don't like to go live, or you don't like to record podcasting. You don't need to feel guilty, even though some gurus on the internet they try to sell that there's only place for this or for that. It's not the case. So first try, and if you feel comfortable, if you feel that is something that you may like to do, something that your audience will like as well, keep doing it. One of the things we can recommend, I think, Stephen, is don't give up at the first attempt. Okay,
True.
give it at least 2 or 3 shots to see if you like it. Okay, because sometimes the first time could be a little bit uh, traumatic or something. But the thing is, don't force yourself to do something, and even more important, don't spend this world and the other buying things if you're not sure that this is the right thing for you. And besides that, the thing is, when you have, and let me show you my setup, when you have all these things to control, when it's the first time you're doing live shows, I think you may get overwhelmed and probably something could go wrong. Okay, so keep it simple. Use that KISS thing. Keep it simple, or keep it super simple. Usually it's stupid and simple, but this time it's keep it super simple. Okay, because otherwise you may get lost, because when you're live streaming there are so many moving parts that it's something that you should have in mind.
True, true. I mean, when we're doing this Amazon live broadcast, if we were broadcasting solo, then we could just use our iPhones or our iPads. But we wouldn't be able to do two people on screen easily, and we certainly won't be able to do showing you images. So I can just bring an image straight on screen and it's there. I can bring another image straight on screen and it's there. I just want to give a shout out actually, because I may. Um, we said we broadcast a lot, and it's true that we do. But earlier today, we actually broadcast episode 300 of Blabbing for Britain. From the left to right, you can see myself, John Upton, who lives in Solihull in England, Peter Stewart, who lives in Aberdeen in Scotland, and Stephen Silk, who lives in Stoke, again in England. And we've been broadcasting together now on BeLive for the last 6 years. And this is an amazing thing that we've become firm friends. We've nearly all met each other, but we started through live broadcasting. And live broadcasting brought us together. And the start of the adventure 6 years ago, we were most definitely in the Wild West, because anything went then. We didn't have everything that we have now, and we certainly starting to take it for granted, wasn't available. So shout out to John and Peter and Stephen, and it was a great show this morning, and it'll be episode 301 next week, because the journey continues. We've set ourselves a target, Marco, and that target is quite simple.
1000.
We're taking it in stages. We're actually going to go. Our next target is 500. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It will take, let's see, 1, 2,
4 years.
barely 4 years.
Yeah, it will be 4 years. So in 4 years' time, hopefully we'll be on Amazon Live and we'll be A-listers, but we can work towards, we can work towards that. But it's just brilliant to have a team which actually broadcast together so often. Talking of which, we've been broadcasting together for quite some time. But the trick we missed, we don't actually number the shows.
Yeah,
Perhaps
we are lazy.
one day we could go back. And Dr. Ila or Efren is actually in the comments and is saying, congratulations on the 300th episode. What an amazing milestone. Thank you. And go live. Back to what we were saying earlier, Marco. Go live with what you have first, then worry about the upgrades later. Live streaming is an art, not a science. Iteration is the key. Yeah, I love that. Iteration is the key. Yeah, I mean we've been iterating since 2019 at least. Yeah. If you don't get it right first time, do it again.
Yeah, absolutely. And even though, if you don't mind, Stephen, I would like to talk about a book I started today, and it's not on my carousel. Oh, and it should be, because it's on Audible. It's still. Let me see the name of the book. Oh my God, where is Audible? It's here. Still Like an Artist. Okay. And I will recommend to you as well, Stephen. I even though I just heard about, I don't know, maybe 40 minutes, because I'm I'm running this a little bit faster, 1.35 speed. Okay.
Yeah.
But this is something that we and you, of course, we should have in mind when we are doing things, because they are almost we cannot invent the wheel every day, because
Nope.
the wheel was already invented. Okay, so looking to others, getting inspiration, copying them. And there's something that I heard to this morning. um, don't just copy the result, copy also the thought that it's I'm not saying the same way, but the idea is this: don't copy just the final result, copy the thought that led to that result. Okay, so this is something interesting. Okay, because, and also adapt to your own reality, because they gave the example of Kobe Bryant, that Kobe Bryant went to look other players how they played basketball, and some of the movements he couldn't make the same way because of physical limitations. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and but he adapt. And so this book, I think it's a nice way, and this applies of course as well to live streaming. And for those of you who are starting now, it's even easier, because you don't have to be there breaking stone like me and Stephen, we were 6 years ago. Okay, trying to figure out how does this work. For instance, and I like to mention this story because it's a true story. I started live streaming. Okay, I didn't have idea about lots of things, and one day, after, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 years of going live, I went to a Udemy course by Stephen Healy, and there was a class there about internet speed. And
Mm-hmm.
so I was watching the class, and Stephen was saying, okay, you need to have at least 1.5 megabytes per second upload speed. And I said, okay, let me try it. I think I didn't have even half of that speed. Okay, I think I had around, because yes, the maximum speed I have on my contract was 1 megabyte per second. And as you may know, usually what you pay and what you get, it's not the same.
No, it doesn't match.
So
It doesn't match.
doesn't match. Yes. So the thing was, I started by those days with a really poor internet speed, upload speed. And when we talk about live streaming, the only thing that matter it's the upload speed. But that didn't stop me, and this is something that you should have in mind. I'd like to call this the deliberate ignorance, when some things that could be important but they are not crucial to your broadcast, and you keep doing it. And Finally, 2.5 years ago, not no, well, 2 years ago, I got fiber, and now I have a decent upload speed,
Oh yeah.
thankfully. So this is something that you should have in mind as well. Don't get stuck because you see people with amazing microphones, with amazing cameras. Look at them when they were at the same stage that you are today, and learn from them. And I think this could shortcut your journey. It can avoid you some troubles. It can help you to make some mistakes. Look at them when they were at the place you are today, and try to copy something.
That is sound advice. I'm pressing the wrong button here. Just give me a second. That's better. That's what I want. Uh, Basically, when we're not live, and there are times when Mark and I aren't live, we actually watch other people's videos, especially on Amazon Live, to get an idea of basically. I mean, I'll be honest here. I don't come from a sales background. I'm a computer programmer who became a live broadcaster, who's now becoming a marketer, and I'm not. I'm not a natural. I've got to say that. So this is coming step by step, and I'm enjoying the process. And it is a process. But if you watch other people on Amazon Live, you get an idea of the different ways you can actually present the show. If we talk about Home Amazing, which is a show which goes out with Marco and with your co-host, yeah,
Ryan, yes.
Ryan. Now the thing is that you've got a mix of styles, because like you and I now are actually sat down, we're at a desks, we've got the PC and screens in front of us and everything. But Ryan likes to stand up.
Yes.
Ryan likes to walk about.
Yeah.
Notice, because he can pick up something and then bring it to
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
screen.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So definitely advantages to it. I mean, I've noticed quite a few people have that way of doing it. David Burrows does the same. David Burrows has set up a broadcasting room which he walks around. Yeah. And occasionally he will sit down and keep still for a second. But most of the time he's on the go. Yeah. So we've got plenty of exemplars that we can actually look at. And as Marco said, take the best bits, the bits that suit you. The one thing about live broadcasting is that you have to be yourself. You've got to be true to yourself. You've got to be as if you were not on camera and you were just talking. That's the best style, a relaxed style. If you try to pretend somebody else, to be somebody else, then you're going to have problems because it's not you. I mean, I enjoyed I'm dropping names here, Marco. My apologies for this. I enjoyed the broadcast yesterday, which was the Be Live 5th birthday yesterday. And in the photograph, you can see myself, you can see Molly Mahoney, you can see Safria Rehan, Daniel Meyer, and Dr. ELO, who hosted the whole show quite superbly. And everybody's got, I mean, Dr. ELO's job yesterday was to take, I think, 7 or 8 of us, all with different styles, and actually adapt and adopt and change the way that they actually interviewed each of us to get the best out of us. And I think that's the key as well. If you're interviewing somebody, no 2 interview shows are the same. Yeah. you
Absolutely.
you've got to adapt. Yeah. Right. Okay. So thank you for watching us live. If you are watching us live, thank you. That's a different way of saying it, I suppose. But do remember that if you unmute, you'll hear the stories we're telling, and the value is in the stories. And you can actually follow us to find out when our next broadcasts are. Okay, so that's a short commercial. Okay, now I don't know about you, but I'm starting my journey this weekend in making B-roll videos. Have you started yet?
Not really. Shame on me.
No, well, I'm got the same situation. That we have obviously on Amazon Live, what we're actually doing is telling you about the products that we enjoy using and good points about them, and so you can learn more about them from people who are actually using them. But obviously, everything in the carousel, 30 items, we can't talk about all 30 items. So what we're having to do, what was being requested we do, is actually make videos about each of the items so that we can at least show a 30 to a 60-second video with our take on the item. So I will do a video about the Brio with my take on the Brio. Marco will do about the lights, I've no doubt, and everything else that's in his carousel. So eventually, as Mr. and Mrs. Moore have, and Mr. and Mrs. Moore are mentors to many live broadcasters, we will have a B-roll video for every single item that's in the carousel. So if you ask us a question, we can just bring up the video. And because I'm on Be Live, I can store those videos on YouTube and just bring them into the studio as required. That was subtle, wasn't it, Marco? A plug for
Yes, absolutely. And
right.
that's the way we need to do it.
Be subtle. Yeah, don't be. I mean, but basically, what Mark and I enjoy doing is actually telling stories. Yeah.
Yes.
You will rarely find us on camera just saying this is. Yeah. We want to tell you why. We want to tell you how you can actually benefit from using the equipment. And we're not saying, let's get this straight. We're not saying you should use everything that we use. No. What
Not
you
at
should
all.
do, what, well, not well, you don't have to, is what we're saying. Basically, we're giving you ideas as to how you can improve your live broadcasting. And it matters not. If you click on the Brio now, or if you click on the C920 now, you'll be taken to the Amazon.com page. And the Amazon.com page will give you the ability to actually compare different cameras, look at the reviews. And that's where we're helping you to go, so that when you go there, you know something about the cameras we're using, and you can use that knowledge to determine which camera is for you. And we'll say that Amazon have the most amazing range of cameras available. Everything you need. And you start off with the internal, and you go to the C920 external with its own microphone. Then you go to the Brio. Then you go to the DSLR. Then you go, yeah. You can spend. This is true. This is true. You can spend as much as you want on your live
As you
broadcast.
have.
You are not far behind me. Right. Okay. That threw me there. Right. But the thing is that as you said before we came on air, it is a question of continual and never-ending improvement. Incremental.
Indeed.
You don't buy it all at one go.
Yes.
It's all part of the journey, isn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the thing is, and by the way, I've highlighted my first microphone, the Blue Snowball Ice, which is the microphone I have here. Okay. And he made a good job for I don't know, maybe six, because when I started live streaming 6 years ago, I already had this microphone. So maybe he's with me from 7 years till now. Okay. And it's still working. And let me show you. Okay. And I'm going to do something that it's kind of unfair to this microphone, because I'm comparing it to this Shure
Yes.
microphone. Okay, we are not talking. We are talking about different machines. Have in mind that this is a $250 and this is a $40 microphone. Okay, so but the thing is, it's a pretty decent microphone to start. Okay, and you don't have to spend. And again, have in mind. Okay, let me see, because I'm having some problems connecting it. Let me see, Houston.
This is live video. This is risky, and Marco is not averse to taking a few risks. So back to you, Marco.
Yeah. It's my my middle name. Taking risks, Marco. Okay, I working. Yes, it is. So now you're listening to. You can hear me.
We can hear you, but we can hear the difference.
Okay, this is the Blue Snowball Ice, and this is the Shure. Okay, But the thing is, let me just. I will turn. I'm turning on just the Blue Snowball Ice microphone. I think it's what you're listening right now, right?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yeah. Hmm.
And so let's forget this one for a while, okay? And I'm pretty sure that when after cleaning somehow your ears from the sound of this microphone, you will understand. You will see that this $40 microphone has a pretty decent sound. Okay,
Mm.
so it's something that you can have as your first microphone. This is a condenser microphone, and one of the things about condenser microphones is that they have a bigger range of picking sound. It's this is good and bad, and I think it's also important to mention this, okay, to make you to help you make the best choice. For instance, if you're in an environment which usually there's lots of people or there's a window close to you. I think maybe you can hear the sound from the street here. And
Yes.
with this one, I'm pretty sure that you were not listening. Okay. Maybe having a condenser microphone, it's not the best option because it has a big range of sound picking. Okay. But for instance, if you're in a really enclosed environment, no sounds around, this could be a nice option. And the good thing about this as well is you can put it, for instance, let me put it far away from my arm, and I think that you can listen to me as the same way, right?
Hmm.
Can you
Yeah.
can you? Okay, so this is something good. And for instance, if you want to make in-person interviews with someone else, you can use this kind of microphone, just one. Okay, you don't have to spend too much money to start. Okay, because if you want to get the next level, you need to invest. Okay, but the thing is, you can have this microphone. You can pick the sound from different people which are not close to each other. Okay, so this could be a nice option to start. And also, I think he's a cute microphone. One of the things I
Well,
love, I felt one of the reasons I felt in love with this microphone was because I love the sound, the look he has. Okay, so could be blue microphones. They are usually very good microphones. So this could be your first microphone. But the thing is, of course, I'm not closing the window. Okay, I'm just gonna grab this microphone. Okay, and let me change it here. And I hopefully you won't be able to listen to the sounds from the street from now on.
correct. Yeah.
Okay, because I don't. Do you mind if I show the way I do this, Stephen?
Not at all. Carry on.
Okay, so this, as I mentioned, this is a dynamic microphone. The thing about dynamic microphones, it's the kind of microphones that you see in concerts and in studios. Okay, the dynamic microphone usually just pick the sound which is close to the microphone. This is why I'm using it close to my mouth. Okay, and besides that, I'm using this mixer. And when you use this kind of XLR connections, as you can see here, okay, you need to use this mixer to convert the sound. Okay, so what I made, I turned down, I decreased the gain of the microphone. And the gain of the microphone, it's the amount of sound that the microphone is speaking. Okay, so that's why I'm speaking closer to the microphone, because for instance, if I just go here, you won't listen the same way. If I come here, it won't, you're not listening the same way, right?
No, that's true.
Okay, so that's, and why did I decrease? You may be wondering, why the hell did you decrease the sound? Because the gain, because this is because we like to hear, usually we have in mind, okay, you should be loud and everything. The thing is, for instance, now I'm with the open window and you can't hear what's happening outside the door, and I can. Okay. For instance, I'm clicking, and you can see this. I'm not pretending. I'm clicking my mouse, and do you listen to that?
Yeah, I can't hear it. No,
So, and for instance, if I'm using my keyboard, you're
nope.
not listening as well. And now I'm gonna increase the gain. Okay, maybe you can listen outside, things outside, the cars coming, and when I click, you may listen.
Hmm. Not much
Okay,
different. Yeah.
but the thing is, you can remove, and I think this is important as well when you want to go to the next level, removing these satellite little sounds that could be disturbing or at least not so good to your broadcast would be a nice option for you. So this is what I came to do. I leveled up a little bit the level of the sound, which is the sound which goes after, okay,
Hmm.
and I removed the sound that's coming, the amount of sound that it's coming to the microphone.
But the difference between the two microphones is noticeable. The microphone, the Shure microphone, just sounds superb. Is all I can say. And if you're interested in the Shure microphone that Marco has been talking about, you will find it down, possibly, probably in Marco's carousel, but you'll
Yes,
also
it is.
find it's down in my carousel as well. So that's the Shure microphone. Now, my microphone, which you've been listening to, is the Audio Technica AT2020, which is about 3 feet away from me. I'm not going to take the risks that Marco did, because if I disconnect this and move it, then you might lose the sound. But what you are listening to is an Audio Technica microphone, which was recommended to me. And it's just plug and play. And the thing that you're looking for when you're looking for a microphone is one that has got a good quality of sound. Now, this is basically how you hear things. Okay, so you can tell the difference between the smaller microphone that Marco showed us earlier and the AT2020. The difference is apparent. The quality is apparent, and this is very important. When people are actually watching your live broadcast, they're actually listening because they're doing something else. And it's the quality of the sound that keeps people listening so that they don't actually wander off. Yeah. Right. Okay. Now, I'm going to take center stage for a second. Give Marco a break.
Okay.
Talk. Okay. And I want to talk about something which 12 months ago I would not have been talking about today, because we all, from time to time, learn new skills. In fact, we're in a fortunate position where we can actually learn something new every single day, because there's so much that actually changes. The software changes, the hardware changes. But I am first and foremost a desktop broadcaster. I broadcast on BeLive using my desktop, and that's a Microsoft Surface Book 2 laptop, which is down in the carousel, which we'll talk about later, possibly. But the thing that I've started doing this year was I invested in a Hoem gimbal, which is down in the carousel at the moment. And I've basically been able to broaden my horizons. And Deco and I go out and we visit National Trust properties around the UK. And it means we can go out for the day, we can get some steps on our Fitbits. Fitbits is down in the carousel. We get exercise. But at the end of when we've had a good tour around and we've seen everything, then I get my mobile phone out. That mobile phone, I put it into the gimbal and I walk about and I make 20 to 25-minute long videos, but I broadcast live. I actually broadcast to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, my website, from my mobile phone whilst I'm out and about. And it gives an extra dimension to it, because people can actually comment whilst I'm live walking around Stonehenge, for example, which I did in the rain. They can comment live when I'm walking around the Courts Garden or Salisbury Cathedral Yeah, there's a live element, and it's just from your mobile phone with the home gimbal. Now, you could walk about. Let's do this properly. You could walk about with your mobile phone, and you could hold it like that, and you could film. Okay, but the thing is, that is great for making a home movie. There's no reason why you shouldn't do that for a home movie. But when you're walking about, your concentration is not on what you're seeing, it's on not dropping the camera, because expensive cameras cost a lot to replace. So you put it into the gimbal. The gimbal, first of all, protects it. If you drop the gimbal, the camera will, well, it's just protected. The second thing is with a gimbal, as you go up and down, the gimbal compensates and you're getting a steady shot on your camera and on the video that's going out live. With a gimbal, you're producing semi-professional live video. I mean, I do it. I've got the lapel microphone, which is down in the carousel, and that gives me the sound. Mark was talking a moment ago about sounds all around you, cars, what have you. If you're wearing a lapel microphone, then people will hear you above that noise. And that's important, because when you take your video shot using your gimbal and you put it on YouTube, if you've got the sound right and the picture's not going up and down, people will watch your video. And I've got a series of 15 videos we actually shot during the English summer when it rained. And some days it didn't rain, so we're very lucky. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give you an example of the sort of video that you can actually shoot right now. I can do this because I've got Marco with me, and Marco will remind me to switch the microphones back on. My Achilles heel is after playing a video like this one. I'm going to put it full screen. After playing a video like this one, and I'm waiting for it to come up on screen. There it is. The video itself is on YouTube. And what I'm going to do, this was shot using the gimbal that's down in the carousel and my mobile phone and going live, and the recording is now on YouTube. We're playing this recording from YouTube. I'm just going to switch off Marco's microphones and my microphone and press play. So you are visiting. I'm based in Wiltshire in England, close to Stonehenge. We're visiting the Courts Garden. Now, as you'll learn during the video, this incredibly used to be industrial land with a mill on it. Look at it now.
And I'm actually going to show you the gardens, which are immaculate. Lawns, the flowers off to the side, and people enjoying a day out in the sun. When we set off, it was in the sun. When we set off, it was raining. So to be here now, enjoying the garden, and that's Angelica over there on the other side, keeping away from what I'm doing. There's a pan round and just walk down the length of the garden. And it's just great to be out and about. I mean, we're 2 weeks away from being totally released. Excuse me, sorry. But these gardens are just totally, thank you, totally amazing. And this is just a short tour of the gardens as we see Angelica again. Hello. Okay, now in here, I'm going to go in here, is a statue. I wish I could actually, because you never know what you're going to find. Is a statue. And there's no inscription, well, there is an inscription on it, but it's rather faded. So there you have, in the Courts Garden, a little area which has been set aside. Of course, this was once, incredibly, this area and that house over there were part of an industrial estate, and there was a factory here, and the factory was closed and went into disrepair, and the property was then turned into a house with a magnificent garden, and we can see the bamboo here. And if I go through here, again, this is a mystery tour. I know where I'm going, but you don't. So hopefully through the bamboo and along the path, the steps, and then I'm going to turn around, give people their freedom. Try not to photograph people, we're actually looking at things, but this is just the most amazing garden.
There we are. So that video was shot using the gimbal that's down in the carousel, using a lapel microphone. It's on YouTube. It's one of 15 videos on YouTube, and it's all part of lights, camera, action, and live video. Mobile is an important part of this. We could play you 25 minutes of the video, but I don't think we will. I'm going to hide the video now. Come back to me and Marco. But that's an example of what you can do with live video on mobile. And we're
Yes, and it's a good example. Let me bring my 2 cents
Yeah.
to the conversation about gimbals. And unfortunately, I think Amazon deleted the video because I recorded. I'm gonna try to see if I downloaded the video, because I think it's the best example I can give to those to understand the difference by shooting with a gimbal or shooting video with holding the cell phone with your hand. Because I had this thing that my cell phone went out of battery, and I needed to plug it to the power bank. And when it's plugged to the power bank, unfortunately, I can hold him in the gimbal. Okay, so the first, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes, the image was smooth, going good. And the second 45 minutes, I was shaking almost all the time. And also, it's a tiresome experience to your arm when you're holding and making some uh, grip. It's not the most pleasant experience for you. Okay, besides not the most amazing image. And hello, Tommy, how are you? And Tommy, he's saying that lovely gardens. I think he loved
Thank you.
the garden. So Tommy, you need to go to England, and I'm pretty sure that Stephen will be pleased to show you those amazing
Surely.
gardens as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that, as I say, I mean, that's a former industrial estate, and now it's a garden, and it's looked after by a National Trust. If I wasn't a live broadcaster, I would actually love to be a gardener. But then again, there's just one problem with that. I don't have green fingers, and the plants might not survive my my doing that. Okay, where do we go next? Where should we go, Marco?
Okay. Well, I can talk a little bit about this tiny microphone, and this because we start talking about mobile recording. Okay, so this is. Let me bring it. It's here. This is the iRig Multicast HD. It's from the iKey Multimedia brand. Okay, this, as you can see, it's a really tiny microphone. Okay, you can. Okay, I have not so small hands. Okay, but you can have it in your hand. Okay, it comes with these 3 cables, so it doesn't matter which cell phone you have, you can connect it, because it has this lightning connection. Let me change the camera. It has this lightning connection, it has the micro USB connection, and also it has the USB-C connection. Okay, and so you can connect it to your cell phone. And also, and this is for me, it's something interesting, it comes with this magnetic band in the cell phone, and also you can put this, I think you can see here, okay, you can put it in the between of the case, and once it's there, you just have to put it, and as you can see, it's not falling. Okay, you may connect now it to your cell phone. Okay, there you go. Also, you can plug here. Let me see. Okay, just to pretend, you can
Okay.
connect here headphones so you can monitor the sound. For instance, you're doing an interview on Instagram, or you're making this Clubhouse session. Okay, with this you can listen what you're saying and what others are saying. Okay, it comes with this so useful windscreen. Okay, it has these three sound picker patterns. Okay, let me see if it will focus. Let me see, because it's not doing so good the job. So you can pick it from the front, and the front is this side, from front and rear, and just from rear. Okay, this could be useful. Okay, you can control the gain. Okay, as I mentioned before, to have more sound, picking more sound or less sound. Okay, and this for me is something interesting. Okay, because one of the things about this microphone, it's not that cheap microphone. Okay, it has a good sound, but it's not uh, inexpensive microphone, but it is portable. And when we talk about this, one of the things you can do is you can use this microphone on your desktop or laptop as well. So instead of needing to buy two microphones, you can use only this one for both situations, mobile and computer recording. Let me show you. I don't want to tell you, I want to show you.
Okay.
If you don't mind, Stephen, of course.
I don't know.
Okay.
Carry on. Carry on.
Let me see. Okay, I think I have a bigger USB cable here. There you go. And I bought it as well on Amazon, of course.
Of course.
Okay, so I'll connect it here. Okay. Let me connect this to the USB. There you go. And the good thing is, and let me change the angle, because it has this magnetic thing, you can put it in your screen. Okay. Now, let me bring it to the mixer. Okay, let me change it here. Tuck, 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 tuck. Oh, there you go. Can you hear me?
I can
Okay.
hear you. Yes. Good.
Can you hear me?
Only just.
Just I'm gonna to let me change. Okay, I think you can see that I'm working on this tiny microphone. Let me know. I'm increasing the gain in the microphone. Can you tell that?
That's good.
Okay, so as you can see, with the same microphone that you can use, and let me remove, so you see that I'm no hands, no, nothing in my sleeves. Okay, so the thing is, with the same microphone, you can use it in your cell phone, and also, for instance, a Zoom call, even a live streaming. I think the sound is good enough. Okay, so you can use this microphone. By the way, let me see if you can tell, because it's in picking the sound in the back. So let me turn it to the front. Can you notice the difference?
Yes. Yeah, we can't hear the traffic.
I think now it's better, right?
It is, yes.
Okay, so as you can see with this microphone, and I think this is, besides having a good sound, which is the most important feature, of course, with this possibility that you can use this microphone with your cell phone and also with your computer, it's I think it's one of the best selling points about this microphone. Okay,
Yep.
because you don't need to buy two microphones, you just need one. And also it comes with the three cables, so it doesn't matter if you have a kind of old Android, if you have an iPhone, or a more modern Android, you can connect to the three different things, kind of cell phones. And also, I'm pretty sure that you have there a USB A to micro USB cable. Okay, so you can connect it to your computer, and with that, you can use this microphone with this so good sound. And also, you don't need to be talking closer to him, but also, for instance, I think now the sound is too loud, right?
It is. It's,
So
it's yeah.
let me decrease the gain. I think now it could be better.
That's better. Yeah.
Yeah, and the good thing is it has this light indicator. When the gain is too loud, it will show a light. Let me see. I'm gonna increase. Okay, sorry for this, but I need to make it so you can tell. Let me change the angle. So as you can see, this light is turning to red orange, which means you have the gain too up. Please decrease the gain. So, and now you can see it's turning to green. Now it's stable green, which means the gain it's okay.
Yep, it is.
Back to you, Steven.
Okay. Right. So that's a neat little microphone. Right. Now, whilst we're live, there is one thing that we do know, and that is that some of the items in our carousel are on special offer if you click the link in the carousel, which is down below. And I'm going to go through my items first, which are discounted during this live broadcast. Right. Now, we have a television. I mean, I'm based in the UK. We have a television, and we had a choice. Do we buy a new television or do we buy a Fire Stick? I'm glad that we decided to buy the Fire Stick, because the Fire Stick has given us Amazon Prime, Netflix, Hulu, a whole range of broadcasting options just on a $35 stick. Now, that is at the moment 30% off. Yeah. So I can say without fear of doubt, we watch more on the Fire Stick than we don't watch live television anymore. We watch box sets, and we watch on Amazon Prime, Netflix, and of course the BBC. And the Fire Stick is just absolutely amazing. So that is 30% off at the moment. So it's down from 49 to 35.
Can I ask you something, Steven?
Yeah.
You can use the Fire Stick with a regular television, TV, LED TV, so, for instance, or you need LCD, or you need a smart TV?
No, it doesn't need to be a smart TV. It turns it into a smart TV.
Oh, I understand now. Good,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Okay. The thing is that if you've got a Samsung television, and nothing wrong with Samsung, we love the television itself, but what happens is you get apps on the television, and those apps give you access to Amazon Prime, Netflix, etc. But Samsung want to sell televisions. So what they do is they remove apps, and you've no control over this. So over a period of time, your television, it's not as useful because the apps are missing, and there's no way you can put them on yourself. The Fire Stick is the answer. If you've got an older television and you want the latest technology, get the Fire Stick, 30% off today. The other things which are on offer on my carousel, the Microsoft Surface Mouse. I'm going to show you this. Hopefully you didn't hear that. This is the Microsoft Surface mouse, which goes with my Microsoft Surface Book 2, which is down in the carousel. It's called an arc mouse for the simple reason that if I go like that, it is an arc. Okay, and it's ergodynamic or something like that, and it just fits in the palm of your hand, and it's very easy to actually control.
You're making me jealous. You're making me jealous.
It is a design classic because obviously it stores easily. Battery life is pretty good. Change battery every month or so. But in terms of having great control over the screen, then that is the mouse. And again, if you click the link in the carousel, it is 30% off. Also, I'm proud to say, down in the carousel is now the new Surface Book 2. And that's what I've got. I got a Surface Book 2, had it 15 months. It's a workhorse, 1 gig of RAM, 16 gig of RAM, 1 terabyte hard drive, twin graphics processors, everything you need in a PC. But if you look at the photograph down in the carousel at the moment, you will see it's 2 computers in one. You can actually detach the screen and use it as a tablet. It's got its own internal battery, which lasts up to 6 hours, and you can then just travel around with what is essentially a laptop computer in your hand. So you've got, depending on choices, you've either got a 13.5 or a 15-inch tablet. If you click the link in the carousel, it is 15% off. So that's $1,699. All I can say is it's quite probably the best I've ever had. And final discount of today, I need to do something, and that's to switch back to my original. This is me with the sunlight shining. The Fovitech green screen, which is down the carousel at the moment, is 13% off. It's reversible. One side is green, one side is blue. It does its job. You cannot use background removal software in a semi-professional way unless you have a green screen, and don't let anybody else ever tell you anything different. You need a green screen, because if you don't have a green screen, I do this every show. I know Marco knows this off by heart. He'd probably do it. You won't get 10 fingers on screen. You get a line around there and your hair will blow. Doesn't happen when you've got a green screen. Marco, it's over to you.
Okay, and talking about green screens, okay, it's something that you should have in mind. And I don't know about you, Stephen, but one of the things I struggled when I started doing green screen was the computer. Okay, because sometimes if you don't, okay, there's 2 things about green screen. It's the camera you're using, it's the computer you're using, and the lights. Okay, so my recommendation, don't try green screen. It's my recommendation, it's not a rule. Okay, it's up to you. But my recommendation, don't try green screen if you don't have a good webcam, if you don't have a good computer, and if you don't have good lightnings. Okay, because I've tried this with not the best gear, and it was not a good thing to see, to watch. Okay, so have this in mind, because sometimes people, okay, now I have a green screen, I can do virtual backgrounds amazingly and everything, and at the end you're not looking good in the screen. Okay, so have this in mind. And for instance, there's something that I'm not using them for a while. I think I will use them on Halloween. Maybe we can do a special show next week about Halloween, Stephen. I don't know. Even though it's a little bit early.
Yeah, I mean,
not.
The timing's good. I mean, it would be the 28th. So
yes, it's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. Okay.
That's
and
a good idea.
The good thing about me is that I don't need to wear a mask.
Oh yeah. All right. Okay. And it's at your house as well, isn't it? Your hosting.
Yes.
So
yes,
you can do
it will be.
Yeah.
Okay. So And by the way, let me bring another thing, and this could be a way to introduce my Stream Deck. And I'm pretty sure that this I'm gonna be honest, okay? I'm teasing you to buy a Stream Deck as well, Stephen.
You teased me about going on Amazon Live, and look how that worked out. So
Yeah.
Partway there already. Just before we move on to the Stream Deck, Howard Vale's watching. So from Marco and I, hello Howard, nice to see you. Nice to see you.
Hello Howard, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Another European broadcaster on Amazon. Courageous European.
It's the European invasion. Okay. Well,
yes.
It's a friendly invasion. We're not
absolutely
wrong word.
Absolutely.
Okay, Marco, we're stream decking.
Absolutely. So one of the good things about Stream Deck, and I think you may notice that from times to times I'm turning cameras. Okay. So this is my Stream Deck. This is the old model, 15 keys. Okay. And even though you may think, oh, 15 keys, they are not enough, they could be enough. Okay. Because one of the things that you can do with Stream Deck is that you can create different decks. For instance, I have these 6 different decks. Okay. And within each one of them, I have kind of folders. Okay. With the keys I want to use. For instance, these are scenes, these are sound effects mostly. This is a kind of a plugin software that, and one of the good things about Stream Deck is that it includes some softwares that you can use with them, like this voice modifier. Okay, I'm not working with this because I I don't want to embarrass Steve.
Thank you.
Okay. Here we have music backgrounds, which could be nice to our broadcast. Okay. And for instance, next week I will be playing with this scary background music. Okay. And also I have here themes to the amazing show. And one of the good things that Stream Deck came up last week's about was the pages option, which means that, okay, we have this limitation, only 15 keys. What you can do, you can create different pages. I'm gonna give the example. Sound effects. You can have an amazing amount of sound effects you want to bring to your broadcast. But the thing is, changing from deck to deck, it takes a little bit more. Okay. So what you can do, you can create different, like a book. Okay. So this sound effect is not in this page. I need to turn to this page. And so you can do this so easy as hitting this button. And and you can see I'm okay. And I want to get back to the other page. Okay. There you go. Okay.
Right.
If I want, for instance, I want to go to the sound effect to my scenes deck. I need to get back here to my main menu, and then I go to scenes. Gotcha. Okay.
Understood.
So it's a nice way for you to manage everything that's happening on your broadcast. Also, you can work with other Elgato devices. This is something that, and Elgato is also a very good brand. I bought this Stream Deck, and believe me, I think I already mentioned this. I was kind of, I didn't believe that much in the power of Stream Deck. We heard lots of live streamers or podcasters talking about Stream Deck, blah, 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 Stream Deck. And I said, oh, I was skeptical. Yes, I need to admit I was skeptical, and I said, "Oh, this should be not that good." It is.
Okay, right. Look, we've got a question from Howard, which is about Stream Deck. All good. We asked him how he was. Going to get a Stream Deck. once I know how to use it with SY. SY means StreamYard, of course. So the question is, does Howard need OBS?
Yes, yes. This is one of the integrations of Stream Deck. It's OBS, and both of the OBS platforms, OBS labs, and the OBS, the oldest one, or the most known, Streamlabs, OBS Streamlabs. Okay, it works with both platforms. The thing is, StreamYard doesn't allow to use natively Stream Deck. Okay, so far. Hopefully, they will allow this in the future. So what I do is I create scenes on OBS. Okay, and let me know, Howard, if you need help with this. Okay, and then you need to integrate OBS, and you need to, let me show you again. Okay, so here I'm saying which scenes are, okay. For instance, this is my main camera here. Here is the C920. Here it's this inexpensive camera. Okay. This is this creative web camera. Okay, and now I have this picture-in-picture options. Okay, this is, I like to call this my surveillance system. Okay, and this is brought. I go to the Stream Deck software. There's this tab, OBS tab. Okay, where you can set the different scenes that you can work with from OBS. Okay, and I use on StreamYard, or in this case, Be Live. I use, instead of using the camera itself, I go and I use OBS as a virtual camera.
Brilliant. Okay. Now, in terms of OBS, I came across a product called OBS Ninja, and OBS Ninja allows you to have more than one person on screen. But in order to do that, I had to do an introductory course to OBS, step-by-step guide to setting OBS up, setting the scenes up, which is a prequel to what Marco has been doing. So, Howard, if you want to know how to use OBS, then hop over to YouTube, and this is placed for everybody as well, but you're all invited. Hop over to my YouTube channel. If you go to YouTube and you just type in my name, Stephen Healy, OBS, CBC, NBC. What? No, just type OBS, and that will find it. And that's an OBS primer. It takes you through step by step using OBS.
I was about to say also the Portuguese TV network, the oldest one, RTP, Rádio Televisão Portuguesa.
Get all the initials in there. Yeah. Right, now, how's your internet, Marco? How's it working? Are you wired or are you Wi-Fi?
Yes, always wired. And this is something. Okay, now we know that there's new solutions, these network wireless solutions, which are good. But when I'm doing this, I'm always hardwired because it's more stable, it's more reliable. And when we talk about live streaming, this is something that I don't want to worry about.
I agree. And in an ideal world, we would be able to lay cable and have totally wired throughout every premises. But the house where I'm living with Angelica is stone built. It's not brick built. So it's very difficult to actually drill through the walls and lay the cable. So I've always been.
Can you do the job with dynamite?
That might not be true. That's counterproductive. Right. This is all by way of saying that if you're going to use Wi-Fi in the premises, then you do need, as Marco inferred a moment ago, you do need Wi-Fi equipment. Now, the one down in the carousel at the moment is British made, and it is an absolutely brilliant. Well, rather than my rambling about it, what I'm going to do, theoretically, if I can find it, I can never find anything. I'm going to bring this short video on screen. This is part of my B-roll marker. I'm gonna put it full screen. Okay, and this is an explanation made some time ago about the TP-Link Deco, which is down the carousel. Literally. Okay. Some just enhance your life. There are some things, however, which change your life. Now, I live in Wiltshire in England, and we don't have the best internet service yet. We're about 120 miles away from London, and eventually the British telecom engineers will find that Wiltshire is a county that has got people in it, and they'll come and visit our county and upgrade us to fast broadband. That's my wish. But we used to have, I don't know if you remember, you've got Wi-Fi, you've got a router, and you've got a choice then. You can either cable throughout the house with Cat5 cable, or you can plug into your power socket the little Netgear things, and you can have Wi-Fi around the house. They work. But the problem that we had was that we have got Amazon Prime, okay? And we watch box sets. We're watching Death in Paradise at the moment. We've got Series 7. Quite enjoying it. But if we were to watch a 90-minute film using the Netgear thingies, there's nothing against them, but I'll just use the Netgear, then that 90-minute film it'd take us 2 hours to watch because of the buffering that takes place. Yeah. So we'd sit there watching that go around, and we thought that was normal. We thought everybody had the same problem. Well, they don't. They don't. Some people do. Right. If you have anywhere near that problem and you want to get the best signal in your house, then you need the TP-Link Deco, which is down below in the carousel. TP-Link Deco is very simple. Out of the box, plug it in, set up one using your mobile phone, and it's so easy to do. So easy to do. Log in, generate a key that everybody can use, give everybody the key, and then they can put it into their computer, they can put it into their mobile phones, they can put it into their Alexas. Yeah. And the Wi-Fi signal is evenly distributed throughout the premises. So I've got one which is about 6 feet away from me. Angelica's got one. I've got one downstairs. And do you know what? When we watch a 90-minute film, it takes us 90 minutes. We've had no buffering on Amazon Prime at all. When we sit down to watch a show like Death in Paradise or NCIS, we can watch the whole show without any buffering. When I go live, as I am now with Nick, then I know I won't have internet problems because I have a good signal. And that's all down to the TP-Link Deco. And we're back. Of course, you don't have those problems because you're wired. Yeah, but it is a viable alternative if you can't, for any reason, wire your premises. Then the TP-Link Deco. Did I mention it was British made? The TP-Link Deco, yeah, the TP-Link Deco down the carousel is definitely an option to look at. If you do go and visit the page by clicking the link down below, then basically you get a whole range of options for Wi-Fi, but do take a look at the TP-Link. Okay.
TP-Link, it's a good brand if we are talking about Wi-Fi or wired networking, internet networking. I think it's one of the best brands in the market.
Definitely.
So
we've heard from.
So my applause to British TP-Link people.
Right, a message coming from Howard. He does need an OBS. He's happy with that, and thank you. And with no external links, we did that with no external links. We behaved ourselves. Yeah, we are trying to be within the code. Right. Okay. Should we finish off with a light show?
Okay, we can do that. I think we can do that. so so I don't know which lights do you have there.
I've got the newer RGB LED at
Okay.
$299.99.
So let's do this, Steven. Let's do this. Let
Off you go.
Stop. Okay, so one of the things, and I mentioned this before, lights are also something really important when we talk about live streaming or even video recording or something. Okay, they do an amazing job in the way you look on screen. Okay, I started, and don't feel guilty again if you don't have amazing lights, because when I started, I had this light on my head. I was looking like this saints with a
The
halo
same, yeah, yeah,
in my head.
recommend consent, yeah.
Okay, and the light was not so good. Then I bought on Amazon a kit with three soft boxes and a structure and three backdrop, a black, a white, and a green. The green, it's to make virtual backgrounds. Okay, but then I was needing something which allowed me to have more control over the lights. Okay, because with soft light, with the soft boxes, the only thing I can do was turning them on and off. They come four lights, and you
Mhm.
can turn on and off each pair, two of them. And even to do that, you need to stand, go to the soft light, and disconnect or turn on and or off, and work with them. So I said to myself, I need new lights. And I came to these newer LED panels, RGB. So besides having these three usually different tones of colors, the warm, the white, and the cold, you have the whole range of RGB colors. Okay. And I think the most amazing feature about this is that you can control the lights with your cell phone. Okay, let me show you this way. Okay, I'm holding the cell. You can you're just seeing this panel, but believe me, there's another one on that side. Okay, and one thing also, you can control them individually. Okay, or you can group the lights to ease your process. Okay, let me see. I think you can see there's the two panels. I have here this thing to control, and let me show you. I'm gonna bring more brightness. Let me decrease the brightness, because otherwise I will get tint. Okay,
Okay,
you
yeah.
can control the color temperature as well. Now it's a little bit colder. Let's put
Mhm.
some. We are reaching the winter, so let me bring more warmth to my broadcast. Okay, this is the most simple way, but
Yeah.
let's make it a little bit complex. Now you can control the colors, the RGB colors, as you can see. Let me go Hulk way. Okay,
Yeah.
so as you can see here, they are changing. Okay, let me put it in the middle. Now you can control brightness as well. Okay, you can control the hue, and also you can control the saturation. And you may think, oh, this is good. Yes, it is, but we have more to show you. We have
What?
scenes. Yes, so they have this kind of party scenes. There are three different scenes in the party tab. This is the party. This is the fireworks.
Yeah.
Okay, and this
Okay.
is the candlelight. To be honest, I don't know which the the relation between uh candlelight, maybe a romantic party.
Okay.
That's the thing. Here we have this firework this fire car thing. We have the squad car. We have the ambulance
Right.
and the fire engine. Okay, and also we have this flashing lightning option. Lightning right now. I will come up with a thunder sound effect. We have the paparazzi, like flashing lights, and also we have the display screen.
Yes.
And also we can control here the brightness. And the other thing, and let me make, I'm declaring guilty about this.
Okay.
You let me put this normal. Okay, I think. And you can turn them on and off, of course.
Right. Yes.
And the thing is, you can set favorites. For instance, there's a show that you want more light. There's one show you want to have green lights. Or you, in the sections of your show, you want to change the mood with the lights. You can set preset, and then you go to your favorites, and you can change from one to another in a really easy way. But the thing is, because they updated the app, I don't know yet how to do it. Shame on me.
No worries. Right, we have been broadcasting to you today from Be Live. You can start broadcasting on there today. Just go to be.live, and onestream.live have been relaying our signal to Amazon Live. And of course, Marco is using OBS. Marco, it's over to you.
So we both hope that you got insightful information from this broadcast. Don't forget to follow us, because we are doing this together collaboration show, but we do individual shows as well. Okay, so tune in to find more about us. Don't forget as well to go to our stores, stephenhealy.live
Correct.
or marketing.live, and you will find us. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in. Next week I will be hosting the show. Stephen raised the bar today, so I will be practicing the whole week so I can excel doing this. And next week it will be a kind of Halloween show, so this will be a little bit spooky and scary, but at the same time it will be really entertaining. Thank you so much. Okay,
thank you.
I think we can wish a nice weekend.
I think we can. I think we should enjoy the rest of your day and have a brilliant weekend. And Mark and I will see you next week, if not before. Take care.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye-bye.